Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another review of Ghost Doctor. Episode 15 was good. They were definitely building up to the finale, giving us the impression that YeongMin's surgery was going to be a certain way and he won't be the same anymore. MinHo's and Seungwon's plan to get rid of SeungTak and YeongMin for good, and giving us a love triangle-ish, love square-ish moment, which I really enjoyed. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to it. So first, at the beginning of the episode, we're reminded of what happened to SeungTak towards the ending of the last episode. He was struck on the head with a bat by one of MinHo's goons. MinHo said that he wanted revenge. The ambulance was called, and surprisingly, Tess was in the ambulance. And since he left the hospital, he was okay, which didn't make any sense because wasn't the ghost, well, the ghost is at the hospital, couldn't leave the hospital? It made no sense how Tess survived. I mean, it makes sense that YeongMin survived outside of the hospital because he was possessing SeungTak's body. But Tess, he was fine. So Tess saw that YeongMin was fading a little bit, so he took control of one of the ambulance driver's body, picked up SeungTak from the stretcher, and laid his body on where YeongMin was. That allowed YeongMin to not fade, and that allowed SeungTak to wake up. The only downside about this scene was there was no consequences afterwards. They treated it like it never happened. They moved on later on in the episode. No calling the police. Sejin not confronting his brother, which was pretty weird. Next, I want to talk about the love square-ish, love triangle-ish thing that they showed us between Sejin, Sujong, YeongMin, and SeungTak. So since Sejin can't see or hear YeongMin, YeongMin told SeungTak what to say to her, about the songs, the curtains, the blankets, even having a meal. This made Sujong upset, and this led to Sujong and Sejin having a little bit of an argument. This led to Sujong and Sejin coming up with an agreement where each of them would spend 2 hours 3 times a day with them. It wasn't confirmed, it was just spoke upon. The last thing I want to talk about is YeongMin's surgery. So first, one of the doctors wanted Sejin's permission to perform a bypass surgery onto YeongMin because they need to save his life. But the downside is, it's going to make his hands weaker, which means that if he wakes up, he won't be able to perform complicated surgeries like he used to. Later, we see SeungTak calling Dr. An to meet up with him, only to find out it was actually YeongMin who took over SeungTak's body to talk to him and tell him he wants Dr. An to perform the surgery onto YeongMin's body to actually save him. But here's the thing though, we saw Dr. An having a little private conversation with Seungwon, and we know Seungwon's deal, but towards the ending of this episode, we see Dr. An ready to perform the surgery. But instead of doing a bypass, he's going to do a different surgery to really save YeongMin's life. Now, I know this is a really short review, but hey, I'm just talking about the main points. So my thoughts on the episode. This is a good episode, definitely building up to the finale. I think we all know that YeongMin is going to be fine. The surgery is going to be fine. He's going to wake up. He's going to be his old self again. But I think he's going to change a little bit because before he was in a coma, he was this arrogant guy, barely listening to anybody, doesn't have the best relationship with anyone, not even Sejin at the beginning, but after becoming a ghost, building a bond with SeungTak, and just seeing Sejin, just going through some hardships, I think he's going to be a person who listens more and be more open-hearted. Pun intended, I think. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the review. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.